All right, welcome back, and now we're going to do some, for our first example anyway, and we're going to evaluate these inverse sine functions if possible, okay? We're going to give the exact value if possible as well, okay? So for A, we were looking for the arc sine of negative 1/2, okay? So again, I'm going to ask myself, okay, the sine of what angle will give me negative 1/2, okay? So sine is what? Sine is negative in which quadrants? Okay? And again, remember the domain. The domain is only from negative pi over 2 to positive pi over 2. Okay? So we're going from the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Okay, think of that. So sine is going to be negative in the fourth quadrant. And so we're looking, the sine of what angle is going to give me 1/2, 1 over 2, okay? So think about the definition of sine, right? It's opposite over adjacent, okay? So if you think about this, right? So we're down here, okay? We're looking for theta, right? And here's our opposite over hypotenuse, right? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, I think that's what I said. Did I say opposite over adjacent? No. Anyway, if I said that, that was a mistake. But anyway, opposite over hypotenuse, where opposite is 1, and this is 2, so this is negative 1, right? And so we want the angle that gives us that value, right? 1 over 2. Okay, so which angle does that, right? Think about it. So we've got opposite is 1, the hypotenuse is 2, right? This will give us what? The square root of 3, right? So what angle has that? That's a 30-degree angle, right? Pi over 6. So it's going to be pi over 6. But it's not positive pi over 6, it's going to be negative pi over 6 because it's in the fourth quadrant. So the reference angle is pi over 6, but it's negative. So arc sine of negative 1/2 is equal to negative pi over 6. And of course it lies within the domain of the function. Okay, now what about this one? This one also lies within the domain of the function, right? So we can evaluate this. And again, we're asking ourselves, what the sine of what angle will give us this ratio, right? And of course, we're in the first quadrant. So again, I'm going to draw our triangle here. We're looking for theta. And it's opposite over hypotenuse, right? But this time, we've got that. Now the opposite angle is square root of 3, right? So this is going to be a 60-degree angle. Okay? So this is going to be pi over 3. And it's in the first quadrant. So it's positive. And now finally, we want to find the inverse sine of 2. But notice that 2 is not in the domain. Because remember, the domain of arc sine is negative 1 to 1. So this one does not exist. Okay? Now, keep in mind that as with trigonometric functions that we talked about before, some of the work with inverse trigonometric functions can be done by exact calculations like we did here without the use of a calculator. Okay? And that's the way we want you to do it. If you can get an exact answer, typically that's what we want. Okay? But if it's not possible to get an exact answer, then use the approximations. Okay? Exact calculations help to increase your understanding of the inverse functions by relating them to the right triangle, as we've done here in these examples. And so that's any time that I can get an exact answer, that's what I'm going to use. Okay? Have a great day.